Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all things smartwatches related to kitesurfing. I'm going to be sharing my own experience with my smartwatch, but we're also going to be talking to our friends on the beach to see what watch they prefer. We do have an expert coming who actually develops apps specific to kitesurfing for smartwatches, and at the end, we're going to give our recommendation for the best smartwatch for kiting. A smartwatch is an ultimate tracking tool for your kite session. It will show you your distance track, and you can replay every second of it. It will show you your speed at any given moment and your heart rate, given that you wear the watch under your wetsuit. You can also sync the output to your local wind station. Finally, you can connect the smartwatch to your Woo, so it will also sync all of your jumps. So the smartwatch that I have is the Polar Ignite. I bought it for around $250 around 2 years ago, and I've been very happy with this watch. To give you some background, I bought this watch because I just wanted a smartwatch. It wasn't specific to kiting. I wanted something that would track all of my activity, different workouts, and just give me a step counter, that type of thing, as well as give me the time. The reason that I selected this smartwatch above all the others is because of A, price, and B, it does actually have a kitesurfing mode. So it will track your sessions as kiting sessions, which other watches don't have. With regards to tracking my kiting sessions, this watch will give me my speed, total distance traveled, gives me my heart rate, gives me an estimate for calories burnt, which I think is very much overestimated. It's got GPS, so I can look at a map after I'm done my session to see exactly where I was. Total time, basically all the stats you would expect it gives me. It does not tell me jump height, but to be honest, I don't really care. And yeah, pretty happy with it. So my watch syncs directly to my phone through Bluetooth, and that's where I get the full picture of my session. It's very easy to use. In terms of the battery life, it's pretty good. I will say if I'm kiting all day, then most likely I'm going to have to charge my watch that evening. But on the day-to-day basis, I would say it only needs to be charged every few days, if that. So the one big con, in my opinion, about this smartwatch in particular for kiting is that it doesn't show you the time when it's in the kitesurfing mode. It gives you all the information about your kite session, but to find the time you have to scroll, which is very inconvenient when you're on the water. Another con to the Polar Ignite is that it cannot connect to your Woo.
Unfortunately, this here is the version before they made the Garmin watch compatible with the Woo, so unfortunately, you know, I don't get to see what I did on the water until I get off the water, so my advice is make sure you know what you're buying before you buy it so that you can track your sessions, because it would be awesome to have that feature.
I would recommend this as a kitesurfing watch and just as a general smartwatch. I've really enjoyed using it a lot. That being said, I haven't tried any other smartwatches, so who knows, maybe there are much better versions out there, but for the cost and the fact that I've been using it pretty much every single day for 2.5 years, I'm pretty satisfied. This is Alexi. He is a developer, and as a hobby, he actually develops apps for Apple, Android, and Garmin watches specific to kitesurfing.
I've been using smartwatches for 2-3 years, I think. I had Android watch and I had Apple watch, but I wasn't really satisfied with the software that was available at that time. I developed software for Woo and plainly for kitesurfing without Woo. With Woo you can see the jumps in real time, right after you land them. It provides you the height and plus some characteristics of the session, how many jumps you had in the session, what the max height in the session, the average, the distance in the session, and so on.
So if you're really on the fence about this guy, just a quick reality check. I bought it, I thought I was going to use it with the Woo, I never did, and it just sits and collects the dust on my desk right now, so I really don't recommend it.
I totally disagree. I have Garmin Fenix 5X. I have to charge them probably once a week. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's very nice to have. I was looking at it as a nice to have item. I like that I made that decision.
There are 3 main platforms when it comes to smartwatches: Apple, Android, and Garmin.
For kitesurfing purposes, you can't beat Garmin. There is no competition at all. Like on the water, it's the only watch that will never run out of battery on you. It's easy to control, it doesn't have any issues on the water. It's just perfect. Apple is pretty good too. Android, the new watch from Android by Samsung is pretty well, but there is not much software for the Android yet. Apple With the release of WatchOS 8, a pretty good platform with always on screen and so on. But the battery and touchscreen controls, that's what bring it down. 2-hour session, and the watch is down to what, 47% now, which is not bad, but not great either.
So today I charged my watch. It was 100%. Did a 2-hour session with the Woo app, and only used 2%, it's at 98%. That's awesome. So that's what I mean with this watch. I could do 4 or 5 sessions, in the week, and this watch lasts the whole week. So I have a Garmin Fenix Pro Solar. Battery life on this is over a week, and that's over a week with, I would say, 3-4 sessions, Woo sessions on it. I find the key thing to a watch: spend the money, buy a good quality watch so it has a good battery life. Because if you buy a cheap watch, they'll last you maybe a session.
Would I spend $1,000 on a smartwatch? Absolutely not. I wouldn't spend more than $300 on something like that, I don't think.
This watch is phenomenal. I mean, it's a solar one, but I don't think the solar really does much, but it's a phenomenal watch. I use it for kite surfing for the Woo app, also to keep track of my distance, my speed, my average speed. I'm always trying to raise my average speed. Also, I'm trying to see what's my max speed too, always trying to push myself to go faster and faster. Other things I use it for kite surfing, well, I did mention track my GPS, so where I went and stuff, distance. It's very useful, and it's well worth getting a watch for kiting. I also use it outside of kiting, when I go for a run, when I go for a bike ride, keep track of my run, my heart rate, calories. I wear this watch every day.
The most robust one is Garmin right now. It's always on screen, the battery never dies, and you don't need to touch the screen to control it. Everything is controlled through the buttons. Fenix series is the best, but you can also do Forerunner, and there are a few others in lower price range. So Garmin does it all and the best of all. Like, you don't even need the Woo app to see your GPS track, to see most of your parameters. Apple has a GPS track, but not much else. It does not provide, for some reason, it does not provide maximum speed for your session right in the app. So you have to download your session to Woo to see all those parameters. I enjoy developing these apps, so if you have any ideas, please let me know, and I'll be happy to develop an app for you.
The problem with them is that they lose their charge. The one I had loses its charge. I have to charge it every single day. So that means I can't monitor my heart rate overnight or for 24 hours continuously because it runs out of juice. So you have to charge it. You're a slave to the charger all the time. That's the problem.
I would not buy a smartwatch because I don't think anything should be tracking me.
The reason I bought this watch, for one reason only. It's orange, and I love my colors of orange for kiting.
All right, so those are our opinions on smartwatches for kiteboarding, but as always, we are curious what you think. Let us know in the comments below if you have a smartwatch for kiting, and if so, which model it is, and if you're happy with it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.